Saturday in Pittsburgh, and I was in the middle of the line, and all these girls are there with their boobs all pushed up and pushed out, and their asses all tightly wrapped in their jeans and their dresses. And the lady at the bookstore says, well, Artie Lang is here, and all these girls are making their last-minute adjustments. And then in walks Artie, side by side, with the most incredibly gorgeous girl that I may have ever seen.
He's like Jackie Gleason.
All you could hear were this collective groan throughout the bookstore of all these girls so disappointed because they knew they were that much out of their league.
Is that this girlfriend that you keep referring to?
Yes, well, this guy's being very nice, and thank you for coming to the signing. The Pittsburgh fans are the best, but yes.
But by the way, what is going on? Because there are times in here you go, you call her your girlfriend, then you backpedal
No,
off it?
I was just trying to joke a little bit with John once because it's fun to not be committed.
Do you have a girlfriend?
I have a girlfriend.
You mean, in other words, you're off the market. This is an exclusive relationship.
I have a girlfriend, and she is wonderful, and she's like an angel in my life. And
this happened rather quickly, did it not?
It did.
Yeah.
It did.
How long ago did you meet her?
I met her May 14th.
May 14th.
So it's not even a month.
Hey, Howard, can I tell you this?
Yeah.
Well, you know the phrase.
But why did you just ask out Paula Frolic?
I mean, look, I still might call her.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Rick. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying, the phrase, eyes are the windows to the soul. So I make my way through the line, and you look at this girl, and you look in her eyes, and she is just the sweetest girl. And she is looking at Artie in the most adoring fashion. You know how Beth looks at you.
Right.
And you're looking at this, and all I can think of is, Artie, if this girl is a positive in your life, right on to you, brother. I'm happy for you, man, and I just hope the happiness continues because she just seems like a really great girl.
Well, see, Robin, now Artie is coming clean about his new relationship with a girl.
Well, don't deflect this onto me. We're talking about Artie and his girl.
Robin has met my girl.
She's beautiful, and I really enjoy her.
But I think you might want to come clean. Why would it be embarrassing for you to admit?
I don't have anything to come clean about.
I still feel going down to Miami every weekend. There's something going on. Too bad you weren't in Miami this weekend. You would have been rollerblading.
That's right. I might have avoided this injury.
Well, Artie confessed to me just the other day. He said to me, she has this look in her eyes. She looks at me adoringly, and he says, in a couple of years, I'm going to change that look.
Well,
I can fix that.
I'll fix that.
That's the problem. When I asked her to be my girlfriend.
Well, what do you mean you asked her to be your girlfriend?
I said, listen, I said after a couple of weeks, I couldn't imagine being any happier. And I said, listen, I would love to go to the next level here and make a commitment if you're willing to do that. And she said, absolutely. And she had a big smile on her face, and she hugged me. So... but then, of course,
now, how do your mother and sister feel about this girl? Are they suspicious, or they like her?
They love her. They love her.
You sure? They're not plotting against her?
Well,
why would they be plotting against her?
Because they're two Italian women.
That's right. It's a very incestuous thing going on.
There is. It's
a whole
I had no idea there was so much intrigue.
And this new girlfriend, she's in love with you? Has she said she's in love with you?
Yes.
She has?
Yes.
Have you said to her, I'm in love with you?
Much like Jason yesterday during Winfred's Money, I'm in like. No, that's a total joke. I have said I said I love you too.
Is she an Italian woman?
She is not.
Uh-oh.
She is what we call American, which is American. And Italians say American, like a American eats at the Olive Garden. So
she's
that's
not
what they
Italian.
think Italian.
She's not Italian. Matter of fact, she's Dutch. Her family came over on the Mayflower.
How'd you meet this girl?
It's the funniest story of all time.
What's the first name, can we ask?
Adrian.
Adrian?
Yes.
Okay.
Adrian!
And how did you meet this girl?
All right, this is so funny how my life has changed. I used to meet chicks. The last 5 years when I was doing dope, I saw a couple of girls that I dated that were wonderful people, but about 28 others who were heroin relationships, okay? And I used to meet women at after-hours clubs or in shitty places to get drugs. So now I hired, Helicopter Mike and Joe, and they changed my life. You go to the gym every day,
Right.
So I got clean. I'm walking to my gym, and right next to my gym in Hoboken. First, Hoboken is filled with gorgeous women. It's unbelievable.
Who would even think Hoboken?
That's where you go.
It's become like Manhattan now. Hoboken.
Right.
And you can see the city. It's gorgeous. So right along the Riverwalk is where my gym is, and I'm walking to the gym. And before you get to my gym, there's a tanning salon.
Right.
Okay? Now, I'm walking by the tanning salon, and I look to my right, and I see the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my life. and a little thinner. I had a tan. I'm off the shit.
Right.
I have a little more confidence.
You're feeling good about yourself.
Yeah. So I'm like, how am I going to go in there and talk to her? Because I don't want to go in and ask for a tan. That's the gayest thing ever. So I noticed God put a straight shaving. You know how a guy will give you a straight shave?
Yeah.
It had a chair there, and it said straight shaves, by this Greek guy comes in and gives you a straight shave. And I had that done before in Toronto. It's amazing.
Right.
So I said, that's what I'll do. I'll walk in and I'll say, when is the guy who shaves you here?
Right.
So I walk in and I say, hey, I'm looking to get a straight shave because I got a wedding to go to Saturday, which is true. And now there's always a slight moment where you think, a hot chick never recognizes me every once in a while. You think, is she going to know who I am? And maybe...
Makes it a lot easier when they know.
Yeah, but also with me, they might be turned off by it, too. I mean, look at what I'm known for. You Google me, there's 80 fucking websites predicting my death.
Right.
So, she has no idea who I am, which is great.
Right.
So, to me, in that sense. So she goes, you know what? I don't know. You know what? I'll find out. Give me your number, and I'll call you when I find out.
Okay.
So I write down my phone number. I say, this is my voicemail at home. Call me. And I go, you look like a California girl. You're not from Jersey. She goes, actually, I am. And she tells me where she is from Jersey. And I said, are you, and it's South.
Right.
I said, are you a Philly fan? She goes, yeah, I love the Phillies. I go, well, they're playing the Yanks. You want to come one day with me to the Yankee game? Because I got Yankee tickets. She goes, you know what? I've never been to the New Yankee Stadium. That would be fantastic. It's nice here.
Right.
And I said, well, call me if you ever want to go. And you throw out some bait. The next day she called me and said, I'd love to go to a Yankee game with you.
Wow.
Now, a couple of things could happen. In my head, I'm always suspicious. She Googles me and finds out I'm a celebrity. Is she attracted to me, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Maybe she told some friends, oh, that guy's on the Howard Stern show. You should go to a game with him. He's a celebrity, blah, blah, blah. So, of course, my low self-esteem is playing tricks on me.
Right.
I call her back. We couldn't go to the game because it was a last-minute thing, but I ended up, I pulled a good move. The night I was on Saturday Night Live,
yes,
I called her, and I said, listen, my friend Will Ferrell, who I've worked with, is hosting Saturday Night Live.
Right.
And my friend Norm Macdonald is on the show. And I'm in Norm's dressing room. We're hanging out. There's a great party. I said, I've been to the SNL parties. They're great. Why don't you come? She goes, okay. And it's kind of sweet because the first sort of date we had, I paid for a town car to take her from Hoboken into the city. I met her right in front of Radio City Music Hall. So whenever we pass Radio City Music Hall, it's like that's where we first met. It's kind of cool. And I took her to the party. She met Will.
So then at that point, did you say, how do you know all these people?
Well, at that point, she knew who I was.
How did she know?
Well, her boss in the tanning salon is a guy.
Uh-huh.
And she goes, I wrote my name down with the number. And the guy looked at it and said, Artie Lang came in here trying to get a tan. And he was ready to call the show and call me a gay guy.
Right.
And he goes, no, he wants to get a straight shave. And he's like, when did he come in here? I want to get a picture with him. And she's like, why? What are you talking about?
So all right. So she knew who you were.
So she knew. Right.
So what did it come as a shock to her that you were hanging out at Saturday Night Live?
Exactly. But then the night she met Will Ferrell, and Will is the nicest guy.
And after a night like that.
Right.
Lovemaking must have occurred.
Well, no, it was the first thing. She's very sweet. We got home from the party at 5 a.m. It's the girl I called on Greg Gass's cell phone when I told that story.
Right.
And, of course, why don't you have a cell phone?
Right.
And I was just completely honest with her. I said, look, I'm a heroin addict. And blah, blah. So we went back.
She had to be super turned on.
Yeah, she's like, where do I sign up for this kid?
Yeah, sounds good.
So we went back. We left at 5 a.m. We got breakfast. And then we went back to my apartment and just talked till 10 in the morning.
No sex.
Looking at the skyline. No sex.
Look at you.
No sex. And just very...
A gentleman.
I mean, look, I tried.
Right.
But she was like, no, easy Brad Pitt, And
how did she resist?
Yeah, right, exactly.
Right.
And but I could tell she liked me. I was being as polite as I could and as gentlemanly as I could.
How soon would you say you fell in love? How long did that take? Being serious.
2 seconds.
Really? Were you in love that first night?
No, not love, but I knew there was something special about this girl.
Right.
And I never read my horoscope because I think it's bullshit.
Right.
Okay, and I hate to give you a horoscope story.
Yeah,
Right.
but you did this time, and what did it say?
But my sister and mother, who are crazy Italian women, believe in all this bullshit. All right.
By the way, you can be sure that Artie's mom and sister will investigate this girl.
Yeah.
I'd heard, and tell me if this is true, that your mother and sister waterboarded her to see if they could get any kind of weird information out of her.
Is that what that thing is in the corner? That's the waterboard?
That's a waterboard.
Well, my mother's, well, you know, I'm going to get a sliding board for my pool, so why not a waterboard? No, but I said to my mother and sister now, in defense, they've always been that way, but in defense of them, they want to make sure any girl I'm with is not on drugs.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's a bad...
They want a good influence.
And she definitely is not.
Right.
She's a sweetheart.
Let me tell you, there's a vast difference between this girl and the other girls, Artie.
Well, yeah, you're right. Not every one of them.
She doesn't.
The girl I took to your party, Robin, that I brought, my friend Michelle, who, you know, I mean, we were just hanging out and everything, but she's one of the classiest, sweetest, most beautiful girls ever. But that just didn't, you know.
Yeah, I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about the heroin girl.
Yeah.
This girl doesn't do heroin.
No, it's never done
acid,
heroin. No.
Smoke a little weed, maybe. You don't know. Who knows?
And by the way, Dana was a great influence on me like that too, because Dana was so anti-drug. Because
I wonder
she
if Dana knows about this new relationship.
Well, she does now.
She does.
Yeah, she does.
And,
you told her?
And I told her because I didn't want her to find out on the internet.
Right.
And look, she was upset. I was upset because the insane sadness I have in my soul for how I messed it up with Dana will never leave me. And I care for Dana so much. She's such a classy person.
Who do you love more, Dana or Adrian?
I love them both the same in different ways right now.
Right, okay.
But Dana...
Diplomatic.
And I would take a bullet for Dana. And matter of fact, I did once in the Bronx.
Yes.
But
you didn't know it.
Dana that you took the bullet.
But, like Squeaky Fromm, the guy missed.
You talk about taking a bullet, though. I got to interrupt you for 1 second. Did you see this thing in the paper? A kid, he's like, I don't know how old, 9 years old or something. He's playing Little League ball.
Right.
And somewhere, I don't know, Brooklyn or something. And he's out of the ball field, and he thought he got hit in the head with the ball because his head was hurting.
Right.
They took him to the emergency room. He's sitting there 2 hours.
He was shot.
He was shot in the head, but he didn't know it. A stray bullet hit him.
This is the kind of world we're living in now.
And so they removed it. The fact is that it didn't enter the brain. Of course, he would have been dead.
Yeah, he wouldn't have been sitting there in the emergency room like
This kid's skull stopped the bullet.
Before Game 6 of the 77 series, I write about my book before me and my father watched the Reggie Jackson at the 3 homers. We went to batting practice, and Bucky Dent was taking batting practice at a line drive, hit like about a 50-year-old bald guy in the head, and they had to take him out. And if you read the fine print of a ticket, you can't get sued. They can't. You can't sue them.
That's my biggest fear. That's why I don't like going to baseball games. I don't want to get hit by a ball.
Listen, I'm surprised people don't get killed. The Yankees got a guy, the Mets have him now, a guy named Gary Sheffield. He hit lasers, line drives.
Right.
And they would come into the crowd, and I'm surprised 2 people don't get killed a week.
I know. That's a hard ball, going fast.
Hockey games, too. Hockey pucks go over the glass sometimes.
Well, didn't they have a woman who got messed up by a hockey puck?
Who was the famous woman that got hit? It was, what's her name? The wife of Gretzky.
Kelly Walt?
No, Gretzky. Janet
Jones. Didn't she get hit by a puck?
I don't remember. I'll check it out.
But Howard, actually, this is really sad. A young girl, probably about 8 or 9 years ago, was killed at a Blue Jackets game. It went over and hit her right in the head. She died.
Yeah, I know that there have been hockey puck incidents.
Yeah.
But
so you're in love.
So anyway,
you messed up with Dana.
I did. I messed it up with Dana, and Dana is actually dating somebody too.
Oh, she is. Good.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you guys could double.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I hope Dana's in my life forever in some capacity. I just.
The new girlfriend doesn't want Dana in your life in some capacity.
Well, I'll tell you, this is how much of a sweetheart she is. She has an ex that she still cares for on some level. He lives out west, and I'm like, I get it. Look, I've been through the ringer. I'm older, and I get what happens in life. Some people you never want to see again, but some
Listen
people,
to me. Listen to me. You're talking crazy.
No,
I'm going to tell you something right now.
I'm not. It's not going to be that way.
Listen to me. Listen to me. You don't want this new chick talking to the boyfriend that she still has feelings for. That's over.
Okay, I know.
Tell her.
But it's geographically, it's impossible.
Her with you.
Yeah, and you stop with the Dana.
No, I understand. I understand.
Enough with that.
Okay, but come on, you love Dana.
I love Dana, but
he can still talk to Dana. I
will be emailing Dana.
Okay,
this
good.
has nothing to do with you.
Good. I mean, as a matter of fact, in my new book, there's a chapter
on Dana.
I'm going to call it Dana.
Oh my God!
There is because and it's going to be a 10-page apology to her, and I'm going to come clean on some.
God.
And I'm going to come.
Are
clean.
we going to see a new revelation?
You're going to see a new revelation.
This is going to be tantamount to Gary's tape.
I'm going to come clean on it, and you know what? I'm going to get corny for you. This is how much I love you guys. I'm going to tell you how I'm going to end it because I've already thought of it. This is the corniest poem ever, but it just came out.
Poem?
Yeah, it just came out of my heart.
You wrote a poem to Dana.
A three-line thing.
Let me hear it. Haiku. That's called.
I can't believe I'm about to say this.
Let me hear
now.
this poem.
All right. Oh my God.
Gary, get ready to say Artie's gay.
Yeah, really.
Go ahead.
And tape this. Make sure everybody be quiet.
By the way, what rhymes with heroin? All right, go ahead.
Schmeroin.
Oh, right.
There's nothing gayer than Gary's pitch. Okay. All right. So I can't believe I'm going to do this.
Just say it.
All right. This is how I would end the chapter to Dana. Dana, you were much too brilliant to be my bride. I promised you I'd be a good man, but baby, I lied. But like the Stones said, Angel, they can't say we never tried.
I'm very surprised at the level of poetry that you write.
Yeah, I mean, is that Artie or Walt Whitman?
Yeah, I thought it would have been like roses are red, violets are blue. I'm strung out on smack, and you're not a Jew.
To you.
And fooey to you, and I fuck you.
No,
very nice.
Yeah, I mean,
very nice. Very moving.
It's not the last line, Howard.
What was the last line?
And now, like a big homo, I'm about to cry.
Cried again. I'm fired. Cry doesn't rhyme with lied, you asswipe. No,
well,
but
for you. I'm
that's.
happy for
I mean,
you.
but in a way, maybe it's closure. But the other thing is this girl is 25. Dana's a tough kid. Dana grew up in like an Italian ghetto in Patterson. Dana will fuck with you if you fuck with her back, and I love that about her. And as beautiful as Dana was, when she got mad at me, she sounded like Dice Clay. This girl, like her father is a doctor. She's not Italian, but
you haven't met the parents
she's
yet.
beautiful. I talked to her father on the phone once, and he's a really, really sweet guy.
Did he say, "Look, Artie, this is my little girl.
Yeah, he goes,
you're a bit of a mess."
Well, remember your story about when Beth's mother hung up?
Yes.
He almost hung up, I think. But I haven't talked to the mother yet. But in any event,
she's still. They were trying to revive her.
Listen to this.
She's in a coma.
Listen to this.
They're trying to wake her up.
She's 25 years old.
Right.
Okay, she was literally, this is true, she was born the year I got my first DUI. And I've said this as a joke sometimes, but it's true. 1984 she was born. And I was out to lunch with her. And a guy came up to me and said, Artie, if you need a bookie, let me know. Right. And I'm like, I'm sorry about that. And she goes, what's a bookie?
Right. That's good for
you. She doesn't know what a fucking bookie
what is. It, Fred?
Well, she's going to learn a lot.
I have a very bad thought, and I'm going to apologize to Artie and
That's all right, Freddie. Go ahead.
Her father's a doctor?
Yeah.
You're not using him to get to his script, are you?
I love you. Dude. Your father's a doctor.
You know what?
I'm in love with you. I loved you from the moment I met you.
Freddie thinks like Helicopter Mike.
Now I need you to get me high grade cocaine.
Yes, does your father have a prescription pad lying around?
Oxycontin.
Listen,
Artie, listen. Let's leave it at this. Congratulations on your new love affair. Let's hope that it stays beautiful.
We're taking it slow still and everything.
Still sleeping over your place, or do
you haven't moved in yet, have you?
By the way, how was the straight shave?
Sometimes it feels like it.
Well, how was the straight razor shave?
Never got it.
Never got it. I would love that.
That'll be when he's trying to get her back. He'll get
Howard,
right.
Howard, by the way.
How soon before you throw her out of the car to buy cigarettes in the Bronx? I mean, don't you think at some point the glow will be off the relationship?
Yes, Howard. You know
why?
I mean,
right now she's taken with you.
It will be my fault. And I told her this, and this scares her. I said, listen, sweetie.
Sweetie, you might want to stop calling her that, but go ahead. I notice you're into that now.
I'm from Jersey. I call people baby.
Hey,
I call people baby
Girls
doll.
don't like that, but go ahead.
But look, a chick. I call people baby doll,
they like that,
baby. Yeah,
right.
I mean, some broads do. I don't know.
Right.
But it's an Italian from Jersey thing, maybe. But I told her, I said, listen, any counselor in the world would tell me you got to wait a year clean until you're getting anything.
Right.
But anyway, the horoscope story was. I never read it, but my sister said, you got to read it. And I'm reading the Daily News one day, and I see horoscopes. And I'm like, all right. let me look at Libra, which is me, and it said, love is on the horizon. And 20 minutes later, I met this chick, which is weird.
I'm going to tell you something.
Believe.
I don't want to get all hopped up on this relationship yet. It's new, but
it's new, and we're taking it slow. Nothing's happening.
I see a lot of free suntans for you. That's right. I see a benefit here.
She's trying to get me to get a spray tan. I said, sweetie, first of all, if that ever happens, just get a guy to ass fuck me. Secondly,
she wants you spray tan.
Secondly, I found this out. Yeah. Secondly, I found this out. When you spray tan, you can't shower for 12 hours.
Oh, really?
So you look good, but you smell like shit.
Right.
You know,
it's crazy.
But we're having a good time, and I hope Robin's met her, but I hope for all of you to meet her.
Yes, I look forward to it.
She's a sweetheart.
I can't wait to see her in various outfits. Thank you. Paul,
beautiful girl, too.
Beautiful.
You will love to see her in outfits.
I'd love to see beautiful girls in outfits.
The most gorgeous eyes ever. And
it sounds like I've never seen you like this.
No, I was like this for Dana, and I fucked that up. And
this is even more intense, I think, than Dana.
No,
you know what? I wasn't there
is.
at the beginning of you and Dana. There she is, yeah. But she looks at Artie in a way that, like, I can't wait to see how she's looking at him. You
want to see that look change?
What? I told her, and I said, and I shouldn't have said this, but I said, listen, any counselor would say you got to wait a year. It hasn't even been a month, and we're committed now. And I said, listen, if I fall off the wagon, I said, even if it's hard, just get out. Just get the fuck away from me. Just do yourself a favor and just get the fuck out. Run, don't walk.
Well, you're the bad boy. She might like that. I can't wait to read the apology poem.
Oh, yeah, for
4 years from now in Artie's 5th book.
Yes.
Did you really like that poem?
I thought it was good.
Yeah.
Poetry's tricky. I got to tell you something.
If he plays his cards right, he could have an apology to her in this book.
I know a guy wrote a poem to a girl, and for her birthday, like he'd been going out with her a long time, and he decided to write her a poem, and he framed it and everything and gave it to her for her birthday. She broke up with him the next day.
Oh, my God.
The poem was so fucking gay that she just freaked out.
She couldn't take it.
Poetry's rough, but you didn't come off bad in it.
I might be good at it.
Dana,
I might be good at it because
you might be Walt Whitman, as Robin said.
Well, I'm not gay, but Dana I wrote poems to.
You did?
And she always loved them. And there's one other...
You never told us that.
Well, Gary brought in his tape, and look what the fuck happened. But I might be good at it because there's one other girl, and she knows who she is. She listens sometimes, who I kind of hung out with for a while, who I wrote several poems to on the road.
Wow.
And she loves them all. She says she reads them all the time and loves
Lang,
them.
Poet.
Do you think he'll be writing other poems to this girl, or will this just... you wrote to...
Have you written a poem to Adrian?
Yeah, Dana got the poem. Don't you think Adrian should get a poem?
I wrote Adrian a poem.
Already? A month into the relationship.
Yeah.
Do you care to share that? I would love to know it.
I can't remember it. No, it's written down, and what was one of the lines? All right, I can't believe I'm doing this.
He's a husky Walt Whitman.
Is the third book going to be your book of poetry?
I'm a white...
That'll sell big.
I'm a white Maya Angelou.
Right. All right, so tell us the poem you wrote.
You know what? I'm trying to... I got it. It's personal, so let me ask her first if she's okay with it.
I think you ought to say it right now. She's okay with it.
And you thought a lot of things I should say on this show, and I fucked it up.
Yeah, I think this is the right move.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Let me try to think.
Why wouldn't she want you proclaiming your love all over these airwaves?
Well, oh, God. Jesus.
Well, take your time. You're under pressure.
It was easier remembering that Godfather scene.
And that's not easy. Go ahead. No idea. You can't remember.
If you give me a commercial break, maybe I can.
Okay. Maybe it's a good time to do that.
Then we'll be hearing Artie Lang's poetry.
All right.
Poetry.
Paul, did you want to say something?
I did, Howard. Thanks so much.
Yes.
I appreciate it. I love the show. Let me just interject that, Artie, you are a massive contradiction. The book was great, and I hated you after reading it. I listened to you on the show when you were on drugs. I loved you. Now that you're off, I'm glad for you, but I hate you. I hate listening to you. I'm so happy that you have a relationship, but it's hard to believe that it could last, even though I hope that it does. It's love-hate every minute when I listen to you, and that's why I guess I love you and I hate you, and I just wanted to let you know about it. I think there's probably 5 million other people out there who feel the same way.
All right, Paul, you love and hate Artie. That's...
As long as Howard says sometimes, as long as there's an emotion we're getting out of you, I guess we're doing all right.
All right.
You got plenty of emotion out of me. I'm like shy of a cannon listening to you.
All right, there you go, Paul. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, well, Artie...
I'm a contradiction. Boy, he's a great Great sleuth.
Did we ever get Artie's line from his poem? We
Oh,
never
you bitch.
What is the poem? Everyone is waiting with bated breath. What was the line?
Listen, a lot of it's personal, so you won't get it because it's stuff we did together.
Go ahead. We'll get it.
Come on.
Now you forgot it again?
No, I didn't forget it. I just can't believe I'm about to fucking say this.
All right, go ahead. Get it over with.
All right.
This is Artie's new girlfriend. He wrote her a poem.
Right.
All right.
All right, you'll get this because I told you the story.
Go ahead.
And I'll give you the other line because I told you about it.
Just say
You're
the
so
poem.
beautiful. You're so beautiful, all my friends will rave. Thank God I pretended I needed a shave. In 1984, I thought my life was something people would mourn. Little did I know my savior had just been born.
Oh, my goodness.
I like the one to Dana better. I think Dana got the better poem, and I'll tell you why.
And I'm not sure I did. I did it right, though.
But the thought was there.
I could read. I don't know. It was something
Let me ask
like
you something.
that.
Don't you think, and this is something I've noticed with you, because I noticed it's a theme throughout your book, you tend to credit a lot of people with being your savior and your angel.
Well, a lot of people are.
But hold it. You met this girl. Let's bring some reality into it for a second. I don't want to put the fly in the ointment. But you met the girl a month ago.
Maybe I said the hot. Little did I know the hot chick I'm banging now was born.
That's better. See,
that's more realistic.
I think you need to know a girl for a year or two before
I might
she's your
not have
savior.
said that.
All right.
It might take a little time to know.
I was trying to remember. I might not have said.
Because you could blow this. You know, you could freak her out with this savior stuff. She would go like, "Wow, this guy really."
I got
a big responsibility.
I got news for you. And I've never been a ladies' man.
I know.
Well, you might be a little surprised, but I've done all right.
I was just going with it. Yeah.
But she is very in love with me. Like it's very.
I understand.
But in a way where I've done. I don't think I could blow it.
Really, you could say anything.
Oh no! I hope you don't get into that
you feel very comfortable.
Yes.
See,
yes.
you got to understand something about
women. And let me tell you something. Now that I think. I did not. The word wasn't savior. But I was trying to remember it. I don't have it in front of me. I just written that. It wasn't savior.
I got to tell you something about women that I've learned, and Robin can back me up. I think women can turn on you over the craziest stuff. Now,
you don't think I know this?
Because listen, no.
like something crazy like doing heroin.
No, I'm not even talking about that.
Right, no, I know.
Doing the heroin, I'm not even talking about.
Something that makes you look uncool in a way. Right.
Give you an example. I know a girl, very attractive girl. And she dates, like Robin's out there, carrying on. God knows what. I don't even believe she broke that arm in the rollerblading.
That's right. Somebody said this was a sexual accident.
Was she doing a David
By the way,
Carradine?
and remind me to tell you what my mother said about you.
Oh, God.
She was all upset
She
about you.
got on me for my rollerblading.
I want to know what your mother said about David Carradine.
Well, let me tell you something. This girl, very attractive girl, and she's dating guys, and she tells me, I knew she was seeing this guy who was a good-looking guy, successful, the whole thing. She goes, oh, him, I got rid of him. I go, why'd you get rid of him? Well, we're on a date, we're having a good time, and all of a sudden he turns to me and he goes, I want to make love to you. She goes, that was it. Out. Yeah. And I went, oh,
sounds like a pretty nice thing.
So
right?
I go, that's horrible. Of course, a guy should just turn to you and say, I want to fuck you. And she goes, that's right. He doesn't know me. He doesn't want to make love to me. And I'm thinking to myself, Jesus Christ, I might actually say that.
I've said that before,
me
too.
too. I mean you want to be polite. You don't want to say I'm going to fuck you.
But see, every broad's different. You got to figure it out.
Go figure it out. You'll write a book about it.
No, I'm saying every.
Blew in all the guys.
You can't read broads. They're fucking crazy. It's like War and Peace. You can't read them. I'm glad you're mine, Mrs. Hine.
It's Steve.
I hope you're never gone. My name is John.
Keep going. Give me another stanza and I'm in business.
I'm asking if people love you as much as I do. I've put out a lot of feelers. We can't go out Saturday. I have tickets for the Steelers.
I gotta write that down.
I'm surprised, pleasantly surprised about the gentleman around here.
Oh.
That they've all written poems. They all have.
I know.
Definitely.
Look at that tortured artist right there.
Yes. I just want to bust out.
That's funny.
Bust out in poetry.
His whole life, he's hidden his feelings behind his turtleneck.
Let me think now. Maybe I could think of something really.
Now,
as I lie alone late at night, I think of Brian Phelan. What a lovely sight.
That's so sweet. You're so sweet. I love you, Ron.
See?
Give me a big hug.
Poetry's up in his head, man.
Wrap those meat claws around me.
Yeah.
Give me
Now
a
go
hug.
read my book. I Hate People.
I write blood.
Greg, I wrote you a poem.
you did.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear it.
You make my cock grow as long as a leg. Fuck Robin and date me, Greg. Did you hear my poem, Greg?
No.
I'll say it again for Robin. Greg, you make my cock grow as long as a leg. The hell with Robin. Date me, Greg.
Hey, that's 2 offers in 2 days. I don't